I honestly can't remember when I started playing cricket. I think it was probably around 6 or 7 years old.
I guess when he was about 7, we started doing more things together, playing more sports in the garden.
There's definitely a competitive relationship between me and Dad. We've played many sports against each other over the years. We've got darts, pool, table tennis all in the garage. Played all the racket sports. We still play golf against each other. But the one sport that I've never beaten Dad at is tennis. And that is because he refused to play me since I was 12 years old.
He beat me at everything else by 13, and so I had to, had to just call it a day there.
I remember distinctly having a birthday party here. There was a cricket party when I was 7 or so. Dad managed to cut a strip and rolled it. We've even got a little roller in the garage and had a great time.
I went to various estate agents and borrowed sale signs, and we put them around the garden as hoardings around the boundary rope, and we had a small little strip in the middle that we cut and rolled, and he had, I think, 13 friends around, so there was almost two teams worth of players, and they all had a bat and they all had a bowl, and then they had a lovely party tea afterwards. When we first looked at this house, the estate agents suggested to us that we should take a pair of shears with us, because we wouldn't even be able to get in through the gate because it had been neglected for years and it was very, very overgrown. When we got a lot of the bulk clearance done and I started to cut the grass, it was quite obvious that it was just a sea of weed and very little grass, more moss than anything else. Because of the size of the garden, I didn't have the time to do very much about it, so it was obvious that we needed some help to get the grass into a decent condition, which is when we engaged the services of GreenThumb. At one stage the garden was full of climbing frames, and we had an above ground swimming pool and trampoline, all sorts of other stuff, and whenever GreenThumb came they had to move all this stuff around to actually tend to the grass, so they've been great.
I remember GreenThumb coming round probably from the age of about 8, because I remember the little orange pellets that were always in the grass, and Dad would say, no, you're not allowed to play on them whilst that's out there, so I was always frustrated for a week or so after GreenThumb had come, but obviously it gets the grass to look like it does. I've put it through a lot of trauma over the years with cricket spikes, rugby boots, and I think it's obviously testament to them that every time I come back home now, and when I came home after school, it looked immaculate and I was able to just get out there and have some fun. I think they've done a fantastic job for 25 years. There's probably a few patches around the garden where I've taken a few too many divots with the golf club as well, and they've managed to get it growing back very well.
I think the combination of what they have done, the treatments that we've had, and the advice they've given us on how to care for the lawn in the interim, it's been first class.